Selling a home can feel like, well, pure chaos. The to-do list seems a mile long, and honestly, the stakes are incredibly high. But what if you could just swap all that stress for a solid, strategic plan? A roadmap that turns that whole overwhelming process into a confident, profitable sale. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do with this master checklist, taking you from chaos straight to closing.
All right, so we're going to break this down into 5 key missions. First, we're going to talk about mindset, shifting from homeowner to home seller. Then, we'll get our hands dirty laying the groundwork, creating that perfect blank canvas. After that, it's all about nailing that crucial first impression online. Then we'll move on to mastering the in-person open house. And finally, the best part, we're going to look at the payoff.
So first up, Section 1, from chaos to closing. This is all about getting your head in the game and creating a confident plan before you even think about picking up a paintbrush or a sponge.
And look, the core idea here is really simple, but it is so powerful. Yeah, selling a home feels like a whirlwind, but that feeling of chaos, it's not mandatory. The solution is a checklist, a structured, step-by-step game plan that puts you right back in the driver's seat.
Okay, let's get one thing straight. Staging isn't just about decorating or making things look pretty. It's a strategic business move. It starts by creating a real emotional connection that lets buyers actually see themselves living there. And that feeling, it builds trust, a sense that this home has been loved and taken care of. And that trust, that emotion, that's what directly leads to maximizing your return on investment.
All right, now it's time to roll up our sleeves and get to the foundation, cleaning and decluttering. This is where the real work begins, but honestly, it's the most critical step of all. You're not just tidying up here, you are creating a blank canvas so buyers can paint a picture of their own future.
The absolute first rule of staging is a deep, top-to-bottom, immaculate clean. Why? Because a spotless home sends this incredibly powerful subconscious signal. If the baseboards are gleaming and the windows are streak-free, a buyer just assumes the big stuff, like the furnace and the roof, are also in great shape. It's an instant trust builder.
So where do you focus all that energy? You got to start with the high-impact zones. Kitchens and bathrooms are totally non-negotiable. Every single surface needs to shine. Then move on to the living areas. But you know what the secret weapon is? It's the little details, those baseboards, light switches, windowsills. Trust me, buyers notice everything.
Okay, once the deep clean is done, we hit a step that's, well, it can be a little tough emotionally. Depersonalizing. I know it's hard to pack away those family photos and your personal treasures, but it is absolutely essential. You have to erase your story so that a buyer can start writing theirs.
And this slide right here, it perfectly captures the mindset shift you have to make. You've got to stop seeing it as your personal home and start seeing it as a buyer's future home. The goal is to create a beautiful, warm, but ultimately neutral space where they can instantly imagine their couch, their art, their life right there.
So, the foundation is set. The place is sparkling. Now, let's stage for what is truly the most important showing of all. But here's the twist. That first showing probably isn't when you think it is.
So let me just ask you, when do you think a buyer really sees your home for the very first time? Is it during the open house or maybe on a private tour?
No, the real first showing happens right here, on their phone or their computer. Your listing photos are your digital curb appeal. Just think about it. Buyers are swiping through dozens, maybe hundreds of homes, and they make a decision in literal seconds. Your photos are your one and only shot to make them stop scrolling.
So what does that mean for you? It means you're literally staging for the camera. And a few simple tricks can make a massive impact. Fresh flowers bring in a pop of color and life. Flooding a room with light makes it feel huge and welcoming. And even just pulling furniture a few inches away from the walls can make a room look twice as big in a photo.
Okay, so you've wowed them online, they've booked a showing. Now it's time for Section 4, winning the open house. This is where you take that amazing digital first impression and turn it into an unforgettable real-life experience. Winning the open house is all about appealing to every single sense. You want them to see the space, so open every blind, turn on every light for a warm glow. You want them to feel comfortable, so set the thermostat just right. And those simple, elegant touches, like a bowl of fresh lemons in the kitchen or crisp, folded towels in the bathroom, they create a feeling of quality and care that people really notice. We've cleaned, we've decluttered, we've staged for the camera, and we've set the perfect mood. Now we get to the final and most rewarding section, the staging payoff. This is where we see how all that hard work comes together to get you real, tangible results.
So here's the big idea I really want you to take away from this. Staging isn't just one task you check off a list. It's the thread that weaves the entire selling journey together. It connects that very first click online to that wow moment when they walk in the door, all the way to the confidence they feel when they sit down to write an offer.
You know, to really see this in action, let's talk about a great story from the source material. It's about a seller who was totally convinced her dated home just wouldn't appeal to today's buyers.
But after following this exact kind of plan, neutralizing the decor, maximizing the light, adding a few modern touches, the result was absolutely incredible. The home sold in less than 2 weeks for above the asking price. That right there is the tangible power of strategic staging.
So, let's just wrap this all up. What's the ultimate payoff? By following this process, you build up that buyer confidence, which directly increases your home's perceived value. That powerful combination leads to a faster sale and, at the end of the day, a higher price. Every single step we've talked about is designed to deliver that exact result.
And that really just leaves us with one final question for you. After seeing this entire process laid out, from that first deep clean all the way to that final offer, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What hidden value is just waiting to be unlocked in your home?